Riot.
We're live.
Started from the bottom, now we here.
Welcome to the program. It is your favorite, my favorite podcast that exists. It is Heat Check under, of course, the Humm Daddies umbrella. Shout out, by the way, Polly Mack giving us some love on his podcast today, telling his people to tune in to our show, and so you should tune in to his show. And I think maybe before I say hello to everybody, Jake, we might be collaborating. They're gonna have like a little shindig for opening day. Giants, Yanks.
Yeah, let's get into that in a little bit. Since
okay. All right, my bad. I didn't want to bury the lead or nothing like that. Anyways, Arturo's on my upper right. I never know how this works out when it actually gets aired. Jake Lucas is on my upper left. We are Heat Check. We all played EC Blue. We all grew up together, known each other since we were about 6-7 years old, something like that. Arturo, how are you, sir?
Tell your friends to get with my friends.
And we could be friends?
Oh, no, I forgot. He canceled them.
Oh, yeah, he's canceled, bro. You can't.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Never mind, y'all. That fool's he's
Anyways, Mr. Lucas, how are you, sir?
Junior Mafia. I'm good. I'm great. You know, I'm doing well. Just glowing, basking in the Olympic glory.
Nice. We're gonna get to that.
What's going on right now? Art's favorite guy is on TV.
Oh yeah.
But,
over under on
Warriors. Can we get a quick Warriors update?
Over under on how long Trump goes is about 2 hours. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I don't know. These echoes are a little something, but 2 hours under.
Well, his last one went like $132. And he's just getting rolling. He introduced the hockey squad, which we're going to talk about. Warriors update is that the Pelicans are up 85-82 with 8:29 to go in the fourth quarter. So all you Dubs fans, you can watch along with us. I'll give you a little updates here and there. But, of course, as always, follow us on all of the social media platforms. I'm on Twitter at Zach Sports, ZAK Sports, on Instagram at 11ZAK11. Arturo, you are Art Knows Sports. Tell the people where you're at.
Instagram, art.knows.sports. Twitter, art_knows_sports. So Art Knows Sports. You heard it here first. And, well, they'll be the judge of that. And then, of course, you can follow Jake Lucas on everything. Just check out Humm Daddies. The whole podcast network is rolling. Shout out to Joe Starkey and Dave Greenstein. All right, gentlemen, we got look, this is going to be kind of the dog days of summer. You know what I'm saying? Football's in our rear view. Yeah, I know. This is Artie's favorite time of the year when we don't actually talk sports. If it was up to Art, we would talk thick thighs, we would talk jersey numbers, we would talk Donyell Marshall, and we would talk a bunch of stuff. Steve Bono, you know what I mean? That's Art's dream show. So here we are, but there's still some stuff. Now, I got to ask you about the Olympics. Last time we were on, or maybe it was 2 shows ago, Art ripped into NBC, said it was not commercialized properly enough, even though I literally saw commercials for it every single Sunday night football game. I saw that the Olympics were coming up. I knew it. It was right after the Super Bowl. I'm not going to lie and sit here and tell you that I watched a ton. People were really into the curling. There was the man-on-man bobsledding. There was some skiing going on. I didn't watch a ton of it, but I'll tell you this. I watched every second of the USA beating Canada, not only men's, but women as well. Canada, you can suck it. You lost in back-to-back Stanley Cup championships. But Canada hasn't won a Stanley Cup championship in like 2 decades. They lost to Florida, which is the opposite of a hockey state, you would think. Back-to-back years. Then they did win that little in-season thing. That was rough. But other than that, we own you, Canada. Go suck it. God bless America. That was a great game. People were complaining about the 3-on-3 and OT. But, Jake, did you watch? Art, I'm sure you didn't.
Oh, boy, did I soak in the hockey. And, by the way, I just want to comment, man-on-man and skiing, it sounds like you summarized the old after-hours Hollywood parties I'd go to in L.A. But yeah, the hockey was great.
Don't cut that up. Yeah.
You see what I'm wearing? It's
look at us. Look at us. We're matching.
I was wearing twinsies.
We didn't even plan it. We didn't even plan it.
I mean, Celebrini kind of est the bed, although he was awesome. He had a lot of shots on goal.
He had multiple
sounds like-
opportunities, but he did it
Yeah,
for
but-
us, Jake. He did it for America. And
He
as
did
we
it.
know, Jake, in this cold, brittle world of sports, all we have is our teal.
All we have in this cold world are our darling teal. You got to feel it. You got to feel the
Yeah.
teal.
Yeah.
But just a legendary hockey game. I mean, it was the first time we won gold since 1980, since the Miracle, since Kurt Russell, talked to those
Miracle
guys
on ice.
film.
Yep.
And it was a beauty to watch. I watched the end of the women's hockey game too. They had the same score, same outcome versus Canada as well. And Alyssa Liu, let's not bury the lead. We'll get to that, but God,
Well, you
when
know
she
Art's
got
going to
to the
jump
net-
all over that. Art, before you get into your Alyssa Liu love affair, can you touch on the hockey at all? I'm assuming you didn't watch any of it. Did you see highlights?
No, I was interested in it until I saw them chatting with the president, and then I said, wish they
boy.
would have lost, hate all these guys.
That's post game. Can we talk about the game?
Can-
Can we? That's post game. Can we talk about the game?
Oh, I missed it. I was on a family vacation. It was real
Okay.
early. I was probably already drinking some C minuses by about 5 a.m. when that thing started.
What is
But,
a C minus? What is a C minus?
Ooh,
Oh,
Tap
Coors
Rockets.
Light.
or
I've
what?
never heard Coors Light being called C minus.
we say it all
But
the time. What are you talking about?
I've never heard that. Or
So,
maybe
yeah,
I heard it and didn't know what the bleep you were talking about. Anyways, go ahead.
You didn't watch the game. I'm a little.
Okay, let me just. All right. Before you go into Lou, since you didn't watch the game, I just want to say one more thing. A lot of talk about John Cooper, the head coach for the Canadian club, kind of bitching after the game was over, saying that 3-on-3 hockey is not real hockey. First of all, bud,
What
pal,
happened? Can let the viewers know that didn't watch. What happened?
the Canadian coach, after the game was over, complained that the overtime rules, they go from 5-on-5 to
That's what I want
3-on-3.
to know. Okay, so there's overtime rules in the Olympics only that go from
Yes.
5-on-5 to 3-on-3.
And the
Yes.
Olympic All-Star game is 3-on-3 as well.
And
I'm
specific,
sorry, hockey All-Star game, NHL.
Roger.
he also specifically said there's a reason why they don't do that in the Stanley Cup playoffs, which they don't. Once you get into the playoffs, they don't do 3-on-3 in overtime. So he said basically it was fake hockey. Here's the problem with that, Mr. Cooper. Number one, you had the more talented team. Canada was favored. They called the Canada team the best team that's ever existed. Number two, you won the previous round to get to the gold medal game the same exact way. You won an overtime 3-on-3. So I don't want to hear shit from you, Mr. Cooper. Anyways, go
I'm not
ahead
hanging
your
with him,
list.
Zach. I'm not hanging
Hey,
with him.
Zach,
Hey, shout out to
That's
hanging
right.
out with Mr. Cooper. Great guy. Met that guy. Played in a couple of basketball games at a gym that he made in Oakland. Anyways,
Curry.
let's get to
Hey,
Miss Lou.
Zachariah, I have a request, please. And we got Andy on the chat line. What's up, Andy?
What's popping, Andy?
Andy says no Canadian team has won a Stanley Cup since '93. Wow.
I told you. I told you.
Played some good hockey. Zach, I got a request.
30 plus years. Yeah.
Mostly just because it's distracting me. It may
Okay.
be distracting the viewers, but I'm going to need you to turn off the address, the State of the Union address, because I can see it. It's like I'm watching the State of the Union address in the background. I see Trump. I see clapping.
Oh, it's reflecting.
Yeah, we see, and it's just
Oh,
distracting
and also,
me.
there,
It's not the noise. It's just the
can I put a
TV.
bow on the whole hockey thing? So, like 8 dudes from the team are there at the State of the Union, and President Trump says he's giving the Presidential Medal of Freedom to the goalie.
To the
Hellebuck.
goalie, yeah. Yeah.
So, I hope that makes Art happy.
What are you doing, Billy? You're rewinding it and recording it?
No. Can I put on the Suns game then? Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean, either way, I'll be watching something while we're doing the whole show. But if you'd like,
All right, you want me to turn all my TVs off?
No,
Jeez
it's fine.
Louise.
yeah, watch your games. Watch your games. Maybe
The
keep
diva
Warriors.
on this guy. Now I
Maybe
can't give you
watch-
Warrior updates because John
Yeah,
Lennon
why
over
not
here has
have
got
Warriors?
demands.
You got Trump goddamn reflections while we're trying to do a podcast. At least give me D Santos. At least
I
let
didn't
me
even
see
notice
Phoenix
it. Look at
beautiful
Jordan.
hair
And
running up and down court. Oh,
Look
I
at
saw
Barkley,
it.
Man.
Trump's hair. Bunch of guys.
All right.
with suits clapping.
All right, go to your Lou. Go to your precious Lou from the Bay.
What's up?
Go to your precious Lou from the Bay. Let's move on, man. I turned it off.
Oh, I mean, what do you want me to say? Everybody knows, man. What an inspiration. What an athlete. What a story. What an overnight legend. What a way that Instagram knows to attack me. You know, I took one look at Alyssa Liu, and now everywhere I turn on the internet is Alyssa Liu. I hope I'm saying her name correct. I'm sure I'm not. I apologize if I'm not. But yeah, what a cool person. What a good message. What everything. I mean, first off, her routine off the hook, just beautiful skating. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend I watch a lot of skating, but when I watched that, I said, wow, this is freaking amazing.
Let me ask you a question and answer honestly. Did you watch any of her performances live?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't watch the Olympics.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Her story, though, my God, is so amazing to hear her in a sport that is one of the sports that you are expected to obsess over, right? There are certain sports where that's sort of the expectation, right? You're expected to train, not be a normal like student, not sort of live that normal life. She clearly got that pressure, and the idea that she had the wherewithal to quit her sport and then decided to come back 2 years later, and against all odds, coaches telling her not to come back, to just do it on her terms and to promote the message she's promoting about don't let the pressure get to you. Don't do everything the outside world tells you to do. Do what, you know, this is art for you. Hearing her talk about not feeling like her competitors are competitors, but just feeling like they're independent artists. I mean, it's just beautiful, refreshing, young. It's just, there's nothing better than seeing the youth, watching them flourish, and seeing folks that believe in humans, believe in beauty, believe in life, believe in growth. And so, yeah, I just love her story, think she's amazing, and I hope she continues to get everything she wants. Yeah, I think her story is freaking amazing. I love it.
J. Lou?
Yeah, Alyssa Liu. What can I say? It's weird because she reps Oakland. It says she's from Oakland. Everything I've read says she's from Richmond, trained in Oakland. I'd like a little more Richmond reps as a guy from Richmond, but it's all good. It's all the Bay. It's all East Bay. You know, Richmond and Oakland are brothers and sisters, I would say. But let's throw Richmond a bone. You know, come on. Anyway,
I'm with you on that, Jake. But here's my theory on that. And as a proud Kennedy attendee, first team all league, no big deal. You know what I'm saying? I love me some Rich too. I spent some sleepovers at your crib in the Rich. You know what I mean? Love the Rich. Here's my theory on it. She trained in Oakland, and she knows if she says Oakland a lot more, that's going to knock off a lot more ears than if she says Richmond. I feel you. I wish she would have gave the Rich a little more love. That's kind of more of, but I think the fact that she trained there, and I don't know if she ended up moving there or whatever, but I think she just knew if she said Oakland, it would have gotten more recognition than if she said the Rich, which would have made it even cleaner if she had repped the Rich, because the Rich needs some repping for sure. But, you know,
it's national. You got to give her a pass. I mean, it makes more sense nationally and worldwide. People have heard of Oakland because of the brand of the Raiders. And,
exactly.
You know, and the
A's,
which are
Warriors,
not there anymore,
which they have none of. Yeah, they have none of. Yeah. But still, I mean, Oakland is – go ahead, Art.
I was going to say, if she has ties to Oakland and she feels it anyway, it's just smarter to rep, because you have to answer follow-up questions to rep.
Exactly. People are going to be like, where's Richmond?
Yeah. Like, even when I'm in Brentwood, sometimes I can't say I grew up in Kensington, because even in Brentwood, they don't know where Kensington is. Right?
No idea.
Right.
Nobody knows where Kensington is. Yeah.
Berkeley, right?
Berkeley or El Cerrito. Yeah.
Especially when I was in Washington. So I'd go Berkeley and then Oakland, right? If you don't know Berkeley, I go to Oakland. It's just trying to get the,
like on vacations and stuff, you say Berkeley or Oakland. I get it. Except me, I say Richmond, and people are like, "Where's Richmond?" I'm like, next to Berkeley or Oakland. So, but anyway,
well, I mean,
she was dope. Her routines were sick. The quad god was amazing. I was really into him, as I said on the last cast. So just I love all the attention she's getting. Our gypsy buddy Dave Greenstein had the weirdest take on it about trolls and weird, gross men.
What was that? What happened?
So Dave is the gypsy. He's one of the founders.
We know
of
the
Humm
gyps.
Daddies podcast.
We know the gyps. We know the OG gyps.
Yeah, and Artie said, you know, we need to get to these numbers. Alyssa Liu, like, you know, got 20 times the amount of followers she had.
2.1 million. Yep.
She went from 200,000 to
5, right?
million in a couple weeks.
Four.
She 5 times.
Yeah, and Art's like, let's get those numbers there, Humm Daddies. Let's go. You know, because this is the best podcast in the nation, as far as I'm concerned, as far as that's concerned.
1-2 with Polly's Pod, right here. 1-2.
1 and 2, for sure. And then our dear buddy Jipper said they're all trolls. 25% or only 5% are
all trolls and sickos.
Yeah, trolls and sickos, gross men. And like some of his takes, I was left to say, what the hell are you talking about? And what are you basing that on? And our Jipper just likes to talk out of his ass sometimes, so that's his thing. And he was doing that. So I think Alyssa Lou's a great inspiration for young girls. I can't wait to, show Mila her when she's more cognizant of it. I mean, she already watched her and was like, oh, cool. I was like, she trained right at that Oakland Ice Center that we drove by.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just a great thing for the Bay. Hopefully it revives Oakland, along with Damian Lillard and the dude who won the dunk contest were both Oakland, and that all happened within like a week and a half. So that was dope. I mean, Oakland got represented.
Yeah, for sure. And look, I'll say this, and this is pretty myopic of me, just in that it's hard for me to delve out of the main sports that I watch. I've said this often. When people say, like if I'm in an Uber or something and we talk about sports or whatever, I always say basketball is my first love. I'm more obsessed with football because you have to wait for it. And it's just, I don't want to say a better quality product, but I would say that I watch football more, but basketball is my love. And then baseball is like my history, right? Baseball is like my childhood. I will always love baseball. I could sit at a boring ass baseball game for 3.5 hours and be happy as shit. So I've always said that about those sports. And then all the other sports, hockey, I'll watch the playoffs. I love hockey playoffs. I'll watch the Olympic hockey. Tennis, I'll watch all the majors. Golf, I'll watch all the majors. Soccer, I'll watch the World Cup and the Euro Cup. So like all the other sports I like, but those other three are the main ones that obviously I delve into the most. So I'll just say this about Lou. I got to be honest. I didn't watch much of shit of the Olympics. I watched a lot of hockey and I watched some ice skating, but not even Lou. I don't even know. And then the Dutch, for whatever reason, because my dad was born in the Netherlands, were hella good at speed skating. So I caught some Dutch people winning the speed skating gold and silver or whatever. But I didn't watch a ton of the Olympics. So I'm happy for it. I hope it puts the Bay on the map. I hope it encourages a lot of young girls from the Bay Area to try to pursue that same thing. Because when was the last time an American figure skater had won gold? It was Yamaguchi. In what year? 90?
92.
92. So we're talking
92 is Barcelona. You're right. It might have been 90.
So so whatever, 30 plus years. So I hope it encourages. Look, I'm all for all sports, but I can't sit here and lie and say that I can watch, and especially not knowing what the judges are thinking or what they're doing. I don't even know the terms. Like I watch the skiing thing and they're talking about jumps that I've never heard about. When I watch hockey, I at least know what I'm watching. So anyways, shout out to her. Yeah, shout out to Alyssa.
It's art.
Having a mom and a sister that got like, in that era with Kerrigan and Tanya Harding and Oksana Bayul and all them, I was in.
Well, I remember that, but I remember that more for the scandal. I remember that more for the scandal, Jake. You know what I'm saying?
I actually watched the Olympics. Yeah,
because of your sister.
With my sister, with my mom.
Okay.
So I kind of got a feeling for how it works. And so I kind of know figure skating weirdly. I mean, it shows up every 4 years, but
yeah.
I have a sense of it.
Art, you got a daughter. Did she consume any of it? Lila? No. Okay. All right, just to put a wrap. Yeah, that was quick.
Let's not forget Eileen Gu. She was killing it in skiing. She's a million, she's doing all these things. Stanford genius, and she's been all over too. I didn't watch her, but she apparently roasted some fools, had some good answers to questions, and people are loving her. One of the things I started thinking about is how much social media is probably amazing for Olympians. I think it's probably amazing for branding and making money. In the end, I actually worry for Alyssa Lou. Those trolls that Dave are talking about are probably coming. All those people watching your boy, not your boy, I'm not going to try to pretend that. But anyway, all these assholes in our country that are going to want to say bad things about her, it's going to come. It's going to come her way. All these followers,
well,
right?
It comes for anybody, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying it's hard. You're young. She's a young.
I
of course.
think more so though. She's American, right? And she was doing the Chinese team.
Yeah.
And
she skis for the Chinese. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just
that's questionable. I mean, you know, you're going to get a lot more trolls than someone like Alyssa Liu should.
Yeah, Alyssa Liu should not get a lot of hate. Yeah, that woman.
Don't get any hate.
You can hate America all you want, but you're going to choose communist China over America? Sorry.
Yeah.
First off, that's the stupidest I ever heard. Second off,
what's stupid
we
about
don't
it?
need to go there. I don't know.
All right.
We don't need to start talking
Okay.
like
All right. All right.
What up, Rags? Hey, Rags, clarify for me what's going on tomorrow. You got a surgery or something going on? Let's pray for Rags.
Pray for Rags.
Surgery.
Pray for Rags. All right. I do want to put a
Billy,
bow on.
what I was going to say real quick before we go and then put a bow on it is the worry for Alyssa Liu is what she's representing is very, very much against what our current cabinet is for, right?
I think she's going to get art. I don't disagree with you, but I think that she's going to get more love than hate. I think the people that are going to seek her out are going to be people that rock with her. She's very lovable. You know, I mean, regardless of whether or not she looks like or represents whatever. I mean, there was that joke about Trump inviting half of her to the White House or whatever because of the gold medals. Like, I think the people that are going to seek her out and try to get her attention are going to be the people that mess with her. I was going to say F with her, but, you know, whatever. Like the people that rock with her, essentially.
All right. Like what she's doing, the feel her vibe. Yep.
Okay, so let's put a bow on this Olympic thing just because I thought me and Art had an interesting conversation earlier today. How exactly do you grade the medal count? So I have the medal count, and as you know, back when I was on 95.7, everybody hated when I said that I rooted for 3 countries in soccer or any Olympics or anything because I'm half Italian, half Dutch, and I'm American. So I root for the United States, the Netherlands, and Italy. Now, we finished 2, 3, 4, according to Olympics.com, and the way that they weigh it. Now, Norway, of all places, was number 1. They had 18 golds, 12 silvers, 11 bronze, 41 total medals. The United States of America had 12 golds, 12 silvers, 9 bronzes for a total of 33 medals. And the Netherlands had 10 golds, 7 silvers, 3 bronzes for a total of 20. But me and Artie were trying to figure out how do you rate who finishes where? And I think Art had a great proposition. What did you say, Art? 5 for a gold, 3 for a silver, and 1
for a bronze, or at least
I like that.
Where you don't have to have the most golds and just get listed above. Because right now, if you have the most golds, aren't you considered sort of on the top when they show the listings? Like, I think that's how they show sort of the Olympic standings, right?
No, but
unless you just like cash in a bunch of silvers or something, and there's
nope. Yeah, but not straight up like that, Art. It's kind of like they do some sort of combination, but they don't make it clear on how they do it. So I don't really know. But they should have a formula, and I like yours. 5-3-1. Like a bronze is good. You got to get some love for that, but you're not going to get as much love for a silver and not as much for a gold. So if you're heavy on the golds and you don't have a ton of bronzes and somebody like it shouldn't be total medal count.
I always
and
thought
it shouldn't
it was
3-2-1,
but I have no idea.
3-2-1 as opposed to 5-3-1. That would make it less weighted for the golds. I like 5-3-1 better than 3-2-1.
I do too. I mean, I'm sure it's a 5-3-1 is probably accurate. That's
well, 5 is solid for a gold, 3 sounds reasonable for a silver, and 1 for a bronze. So if you're only getting bronzes, like, yeah, you'll get a little bump, but you're not. So I don't know. I'd have to go through it. I probably should have done it before the show, but I was just looking on Olympics.com, and yeah, the Norway, number 1. What did Norway dominate? Do you guys even know? They didn't win hockey.
They're a very wintry place. You know, Norwegians enjoy a nice wintry climate.
Aren't all those countries, though?
Yeah. U.S., you can find a bit of everything. You got your desert, you got your winter, your mountains, you know, you got your ski slopes, you got your cacti. But Norway is all winter.
By the way, I heard this somewhere, and I don't know where I heard it, so forgive me because I'm not quoting or citing my sources properly. But somebody said Canada had the option of being our 51st state, and then they would be bringing home the gold too. I mean, really? This is about shitting on Canada. That's what happened here. You lose back-to-back Stanley Cups. You said what year was it that Dave G said? 92? Since they've won it.
It was Andy. He said 1993.
Andy, 93.
Toronto
93.
Maple Leafs haven't won since 62, I believe.
This is supposed to be your sport. And then you lose women's and men's gold final. Anyways, I loved the hockey. I didn't love a ton else. I think I watched probably more summer Olympics than I do winter, but whatever. That's that. We are now past all of the Olympics shenanigans. Now we transition for our Bay Area folk and just for basketball folks in general. We got to talk some Dubs. What a win over the Nugs. And shout out to Joey Starkey, the last remaining Pods fan. Pods went full-blown Steph Curry in that game. They beat the Nugs. They got all these random illnesses. I would tell you the updated score right now against the Pelicans, but Art shamed me into turning my TVs off.
107, 103. Bell.
Who?
1 minute,
How
40
much?
seconds left. Your boy
Oh,
has 14 points on 17 shots off the bench.
What for 17?
6.
Oof. That's like 33%.
17 shots.
14
got
boards,
one of the ugliest jumpers in the entire NBA. Easy.
Rough day for
Easily one of the
Starkey's.
ugliest jumpers.
Rough day for Starkey's Pods. Okay, so I ask you this, gentlemen.
Moody player props hit. I'll tell you that.
Attaboy. Did you hammer him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I ask you this, and I'm going to ask you this probably every week. It's going to be a weekly segment, just like we're going to end the show with asking Art the update on his softball squad that he's managing. Where are the Dubs fans at? Is this just all like you can't actually think you're going to do anything this year with no Jimmy Butler, right? Even if Porzingis is amazing. Aunt Miyawaki, shout out to the Eskimo if he's watching. He's probably not. But he drove me to a housewarming party on Saturday night. And he said to me, he's like, dude, we're gonna make some noise. We're not gonna win the title, but we're gonna make some noise with Porzingis, and then it's gonna motivate Jimmy to get back. And then once we're all healthy, we're good to go. So I don't know where the Warriors fans are at. So this is a temperature check for two guys that used to call each other on rotary phones. That's right. Kids that are probably under the age of 20, if you're watching or listening, there used to be this thing where you picked it up and it was plugged into the wall, and then you would dial. You'd either press or you dial, and then they used to call each other and have Warriors Roundtable before Warriors Roundtable even existed. So I asked the two Dubs fans, where are we at? Do you want to make the playoffs? Do you want to make some noise? Do you want to tank? Rest everybody? Steph's going to get reevaluated in a few days. Where are you at, gentlemen?
All right, so first off, you don't tank. Nobody tanks. Tanking is for absolute chumps, absolutely pathetic franchises. If you tank, you're pathetic. So you don't.
You believe? Hang on. You believe that under any circumstances?
I believe under any circumstances, you grind your ass off and you win some ball games.
Wow, that's a hot take. That is a hot take. Yes, it is. No, because if my team stinks, I'm all for tanking. The Dolphins are going to be terrible next year. I hope they lose every game and we get Arch Manning. I think it's a hot take to say that you don't tank. Okay.
Arch Manning's going to be terrible. Anyway, my thoughts on the Warriors is it's just you watch this team. You go back to the times of when you were 8, 9, 10 years old. You watch one of the worst collection of talents grind. And you watch them grind. You enjoy the grind. You hope Guy Santos has a monster night like tonight. You hope Podziemski gets lucky and has a big night like Chris Mills used to have every once in a while. You enjoy the show. You let Steph Curry rest as long as he can. You already know you're going to make the play-in. So if Steph Curry gets healthy, hell yeah, you go play your play-in and you see how far you can go. Of course, you're not going to win the championship, but we all know Steph Curry is one of the greatest players in the history of ball, and you might win a series or two even with this garbage team. So yeah, you watch the game, you enjoy the games, and you hope for guys like Melton to have good games. You hope that Podziemski plays himself out of a job. You hope that, the things you want to see happen. So, yeah.
You hope Pods plays himself out of a job.
Oh, yeah. Please, Lord willing, we don't have to watch Podziemski in 2029. Imagine if we are.
The guy had 15 boards, but I'll tell you this. He shot us out of the game tonight.
Yeah. I mean, it's
new
so
there.
like him. I'm sure 8 of his boards he took from, like, Horford. Or, no, he didn't play. But, he probably stole 8 of his boards. His NBA is like when my dad used to talk about Craig Biggio, right? My dad used to get on Craig Biggio and said, yeah, his jersey's always dirty. Yeah, because he dives for balls he knows he's not going to get. He slides into second when there's not a close play. My dad hated the Craig Biggio hustle.
It's Russell Westbrook-esque the way Pods gets boards.
No, Russell Westbrook is
Oh,
raw
yeah? He got a lot of quality boards, did he?
Yes, he gets hella quality boards. Russell Westbrook is underrated by people.
Does he
now.
not
He's
hunt for
hated on
boards?
now.
Does Westbrook not hunt for cheap boards?
I think a lot of people hunt for cheap words. Russell Westbrook is not on the top of that list by any means. Russell Westbrook is one of the biggest engine players in the NBA. The problem with Westbrook,
he has a great engine. He can't shoot it. He can't hit.
Yeah, I know. He's got his issues. I mean, there's no. Are we talking about Pods and Westbrook right now? I mean,
they're neck and neck.
Westbrook's a GOAT. Westbrook's one of the best that ever played this game. He just got his issues.
Best engine, not a winner, bad IQ.
Yeah, he's not perfect. He's not a winner. Yeah, I got you. But he's a great NBA player in the history of this game. He's
great athlete, amazing motor. But it's not about Westbrook right now. It's about Pods. He just shot us out of the game tonight. Guy went 6 for 17. When you take 17 shots, you should be a good shooter. Pods is not a good shooter. So that's distressing. Melton, I logged on tonight to look at Melton props. They weren't available. He hammered whatever his number would be, I'm sure, because that's my guy. I love the Anthony Melton. Moses Moody had a very productive game, shot at a high percentage, high efficiency. So it's fun kind of keeping track of your favorites at this stage of the Warriors. It's like what me and Art used to do back in the day. Like, what did Bimbo Coles do today? What did Victor Alexander do today? What did Ronnie Cycli do today? What did John Stark do? So that's kind of where we are with this iteration, man. I think Steph, we talked about it on the last Humm Daddies, already had a take on it that disagreed with me and Starkey, but we think it might just have to be get a student, get some young guys around Steph. Steph is not going to be the guy he was anymore. You can't play him like that because he can't stay healthy. And I'm not tanking. No way, because everyone in the West is tanking. So you can't go anywhere with your draft pick. You might as well try.
That's true.
Yeah.
What's the difference? You're going to get 13th, 14th, or 15th. So try to, just play your best and see if these guys can actually make a legit team next year. And that's kind of where I am.
They're also in theory tanking. I mean, in theory, if we want to talk about it, they got nobody playing. I mean, how much more? The guys aren't going to actually not play. Whoever's playing is going to try hard, and they don't even have any real players playing. Draymond Green is not some huge asset. He's not helping them win games. Draymond Green should probably take a seat and rest for next year and let someone else get his minutes because he's doing nothing to help anybody win anyway. So,
and what's going on with the mystery illness around Kristaps? Is he just like
mystery illness? Said it all year.
Is he just a drug addict or an alcoholic or something? What's going on with the guy?
Pathetic person who can't play basketball. Everybody's talking about Porzingis like
whoa.
The guy doesn't even play NBA basketball.
Whoa. Be easy on this guy. What, you guys are just you're calling him a drug addict and a crackhead and an idiot that can't play basketball? Clearly.
Does he play hoop?
Steve Kerr was shocked. He was like, yeah, he called us from his hotel this morning and said, hey, can't make the 12 o'clock game. I'm sick. Like, what the hell is that? You're an NBA player.
What, he's been doing this for 2 years.
Look, I'll give you this. It's not a good look. He's missed a lot of games for a lot of mysterious reasons. But let's not jump to crack addict. Let's not jump to doesn't want to play basketball. I'm sure the guy's trying his damnedest. He's a freak. He's like 7'9" or something.
That makes me get sick?
I don't know. Maybe the immune system's compromised. I'm not going to throw any dispersions towards him until I see something on TMZ where the guy's in handcuffs for getting locked up for trying to cop some smack. Leave the guy alone. You guys were way too brutal. If you break that down, Jake, for a little IG cut, see how bad you and Artie were to Porzingis right there. And I got your back, Chris Stapp.
Mystery illnesses the team doesn't know about.
I know. It doesn't look good. I know. Doesn't look good.
Jake's pretending like he didn't know, and I think you might not know. So you shouldn't know. I'm the weird guy who's following some. This guy's had mystery illnesses before the Warriors.
I know. Yeah, he had him on the Hawks and the Celtics. He missed the playoff run with this. Okay, but
for a guy who tells you consistently he has a mystery illness, the doctors have named a new illness after him. I believe they're pretending it's a real illness.
It's not true.
You wake up and
that
all of a sudden
that sounds made up.
Your back hurts and you can't play hoop anymore. And the point is, my reaction to this, my reaction to your reaction of Ant's reaction is, are you shitting me? That people guru on 95.7 The Game is sitting here telling you he was excited about Porzingis and getting ready to tell you the Warriors were about to make a run. Are you shitting me?
No, Vin Baker called that mystery illness a handle of wild turkey at night. And that's
But
kind of
why? Okay. Hang on. God.
Baker? Are we
God,
talking
man.
about Vin Baker?
I'll tell you this. We better hope this podcast hits, because if we ever did a professional format, you guys would not last. You guys are so out of control right now. Vin Baker was an absolute admitted drug addict and alcoholic. We've heard nothing about that, about Porzingis. The guy's just gotten unlucky with illnesses. I'm telling you, it's a bad look. I agree with that. It looks bad. I don't understand what they are either. They don't even diagnose it. They don't even come out and say what it is. But I do not think that it's because he's on smack and booze. Good God, you two, man. You guys are reckless as shit.
Why did Beatrice fall off? The women.
What?
He was into the women.
You guys see what Kuminga did today?
Who?
Ash is on the chat line. I had not seen what Kuminga did today in his debut. Guess what Kuminga did in his debut? Give me a guess on what Jonathan Kuminga did in 24 minutes off the bench for Atlanta. Go,
I'm
Jake.
seeing that comment from Ashcon.
20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists.
What do you think, Jake? 24 minutes off the bench for Atlanta.
9 for 11, 26, 7 and 3.
That's the weirdest. Like, you saw this earlier a little?
No, I haven't.
9 for 12 from the field, 27 points.
Oh,
wow.
Listen to this. 7 rebounds. You got it. 4 assists. 1
Wow. Wow.
I swear on my life, I did not see that box score at all. I
6
swear to
for
God.
7 from the line plus 16. That's Kuminga's debut on a team with athletes that let him play basketball. Oh, the Warrior system. Oh, Draymond's got to work with you. Oh, you're not quite good enough shooter to play with Draymond. We got to figure out how to balance the lineup. We got Draymond out. Come on. Oh, boy.
Meanwhile, KP's in the hotel room counting sheep or whatever the hell he does.
What up,
Can we?
Ash?
Okay.
Staring that ass because I did not know. I knew Kuminga was playing. My God.
Hang on.
This is something.
Let's shift off of the Porzingis slander. Let's focus on JK. This is a bad look, not only for Steve Kerr, but also just the entire Warriors organization. And I don't know. My last question on this Warriors rundown aspect, this segment, was changes, like fire the GM, fire Kerr. Like, what are you going to do here? If Kuminga ends up being a superstar in Atlanta, it's going to look really bad for the Warriors. And it's going to mean, and I get it to a point, but you got to make stuff work. And they clearly just didn't make it work.
27, 7 and 4.
Well, and the
24 minutes.
In how many minutes?
24 minutes, got to the line 7 times, hit 6 of them.
I can't believe how accurate my guess was. That was incredible.
Wow. You went 26, 7 and 3 on 9 of 11. The guy went 27, 7 and 4 on 9 and 12. That's
did you say 27 points in 24 minutes?
Yeah, on 12 shots.
Wow.
So
that's not good. That's not good.
Warriors front office guys that now run the Hawks.
One game, but I mean
it is one game.
Alyssa Liu's social media manager is kind of making fun of that for it only being one game. But let me tell you, the Warriors had their front office guys are now the Hawks front office guys. A lot of the underlings of Bob Myers and stuff. They are big timers on the Hawks, so they like Kuminga. I mean, and that's what I thought when the trade happened. There's people who've seen Kuminga behind the scenes that really liked him and wanted him. So I think we could have screwed the pooch on this one. It seems like we might have. Too bad.
Your Humm Daddies.
All right.
The Gypsy, DJ Green really wants to remind us it's one game and they played the Wizards, Mr. Steve Kerr, Pod's apologist. Yeah, we hear you.
Well, we'll see how it plays out. But just to get a temperature check, and I'll do this on Heat Check, I will get a temperature check from my 2 Dubs enthusiasts. Right now, you're basically saying, don't tank, play as hard as you can, wait for Steph to get back, see if you can make some noise. Even though you don't have Butler and you're hoping for Porzingis to come back from a bunch of mysterious illnesses, just see what you can do. Let the chips fall where they may, and then wait for the for the offseason, because I think ultimately we all know they're not going to win a championship. Maybe they can make a nice little run and it could be fun, right? Like the Niners did. They got to the, they beat Philly in Philly and they got to the second round and they had some fun, but I think ultimately all Niners fans knew they weren't going to win the championship. And so have a little fun with it. And then it's got to be all in for Giannis, right?
I just can't wait to hear Dunleavy have to respond to questions about Kuminga's game. I need to watch this interview. I cannot wait for Dunleavy to have to go get in front of the media and answer questions.
Zachariah, per Brian Windhorst, LeBron wants to go to the Warriors in the offseason, and Steve Kerr is planning to quit and not renew his job with the Warriors unless they get LeBron. That's breaking news from earlier today.
Wow. You just dropped that nugget now? You should have led with that, big boy.
Well, yeah. It was LeBron has 4 teams now.
All right, what are your thoughts on that? Kerr will retire if he doesn't get Braun.
What's that?
Get Braun. What did Jake say? I was
Jake going to leave the Warriors,
reading the
look for something else to do unless they get LeBron in the offseason. And LeBron has the Cavs and the Dubs and 2 mystery teams on his list of the 4 teams he will play for.
Well, LeBron can't play with Draymond either, so I guess Draymond's got to go.
Draymond is like his best friend now, dude.
Yeah, no, neither of them can shoot. Another problem. So yeah, good luck. Let's keep building around.
But
Draymond.
what's your guys' opinion? How would you feel? I mean, Art, you would love if LeBron came to the Dubs.
Love it. You think I don't want to watch the old OGs go play hoop? Of course, I'd love it.
I might love that too, even though I'm not a huge LeBron guy.
I mean, bring Durant back. Give me those 3 running for the Olympics, running for the Dubs. There's nothing more fun than watching them in the All-Star game, even with Curry not even playing. Man,
I don't even want to get into this because Artie didn't even like the Warriors when Durant was on the squad, so I'm just going to move on. All right, gentlemen. That's our Warriors breakdown. Now it's time for the forced into kind of the show. Art said, hey, if we're heat check, we got to have a heat check segment. So that's how we roll. And we either go icy, which is for the old schoolers, or no, icy's for what? I forget already.
If you're cold on a topic, but it reminds
No, I know that, but what age group is icy? That's us. Right?
Us, yeah. But
millennials when we were like 10 years old.
Yeah, but icy.
But so's on fire though. Well, anyways, icy's for us, mid is for the youngsters, on fire is for everybody, and we start with this. I'm interested as hell. Art wanted to take this out, so Art might not have a ton to get into on this, but I am very intrigued. Call me on fire about the 2 Netflix documentaries that are coming out soon. Number 1, and I remember this shit because I was live on air when Lamar Odom OD'd, and the Kardashians had to go get him at the Bunny Ranch because he was on a ton of drugs and sex pills or whatever, and he was having threesomes and all sort of sexcapades or whatever. So anyways, Lamar Odom, the life and death of Lamar Odom, because he literally died, I think, and then they brought him back to life. Anyways, that's number 1. And then number 2, the Jailblazers, which I know Artie loves, so I don't know why you would have wanted to toss this segment, but the Blazers revisiting the early 2000s Zers. You had Wallace, you had all those guys getting into trouble. They were giving the Lakers everything that they could, didn't ultimately, get over the hump or whatever. But those 2 documentaries, Jake, I go to you first. Are you icy, mid, or on fire about those?
Well, it's complicated. I'm kind of mid, but I like Lamar's story.
Okay.
I think he just got popped. No, I'm eating turkey jerky. Sorry. He just got popped for a DUI, though. And I think he fell off the wagon, which is kind of sad because he was.
Recently?
Yeah, like a week or 2 ago.
Okay. Well, maybe that'll be in there.
It was kind of a cool story after he almost died. And the second one, I've never heard of that documentary. I didn't know that was coming to Netflix.
That's what I'm saying. I asked the chat line. These guys were chatting it up until I asked them a damn question. So thanks for answering, boys. But yeah, how many people even knew about these? Like I'd never heard of either. So
they haven't come out yet. Artie, they haven't come out yet. I'm just asking if you're intrigued by them.
I'm intrigued by the Blazers for sure.
I'm going to watch both. That's all.
I think Lamar Odom's a very underrated basketball player because of all of his stuff with the Kardashians. He was amazing on the Heat as a young player. He was dope on the Lakers. I liked his game a lot. He was actually one of my favorite players at the time. So I'm in Lamar's corner. He had a crazy stint there. And, everyone does occasionally check my comments from the first few minutes of our podcast tonight. But
was he traded for Shaq? I think so. I think Lamar Odom was part of the Shaq deal.
Trade?
Yeah,
that sounds about right. Yeah,
and Shaq won a title with the Heat, so it worked out for them. And then Lamar Odom won a title with the Lakers, so it worked out for the Lakers too.
I mean, Lamar Odom was ahead of his time, really. What a baller he was, running that point forward at 6'10" or whatever he was.
Yeah, how much better could he have been if he didn't smoke a ton of weed and drink and party?
I mean, who knows? Maybe he wouldn't have been better, but yeah, in theory.
Maybe not.
I mean, probably. Of course, if you get, but whatever. Anyway, I love me some Lamar though, and him on the Kardashians. That was when me and my boo were just first getting together. We were watching the Kardashian show together like 15 years ago. And man, he was a little teddy bear on there. He was easy to fall for Lamar Odom. He was nice to that little brother, whatever his name was. What's the little brother's name? Who got all up in the media, and the media
Rob.
Rob, he got all scared of the media. He disappeared from the world. He loved Rob. He was so nice to Rob. I loved me some Lamar. He loved candy. He was sitting there eating his candy, playing video games with Rob, and then go bust you for 25. I love me some Lamar.
Wow. Okay. And you wanted this thing off of the rundown.
Sweet little teddy bear. Sweet little teddy bear, Lamar Odom.
You're clearly our Odom insider. All right, number 2. Are you icy, mid, or on fire about Floyd Mayweather fighting Manny Pacquiao again? I believe, Artie, you and I were in Jamaica for Jesse's wedding when the first fight happened. That was years after it should have happened. But I believe you and I watched that fight together at a bar in Jamaica. Now they're fighting again at damn near 50 years old. Are you icy, mid, or on fire? I got to be honest, and I'm not happy about this. I'm not proud about this. I'm actually ashamed about my answer. I'm not going to go on fire because that would be crazy. It's a couple of 50-year-olds fighting. But I'm not icy on it. I'm mid because just the names. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, that's enough for me to be mid. So, honestly,
you're the reason they get to fight. You're the reason they get to fight.
100%. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Because I'll tell you this, Art and Jake, I am closer to on fire than I am to icy on the mid. It's like it's the high version of mid. Anyway, sounds like you guys are both icy. Go ahead.
I'm as cold as ice.
Okay, Rick James.
I thought we were going to be talking about like one of them passed away when I saw him on the list. I was like, oh,
wow, you're killing these guys. You're killing these guys at 50.
I can't even believe they're still
first
around to even talk about.
It was horrible.
These guys I've known since I was like 6 years old. I heard of these guys. Come on.
Names, bro. Names.
Their fight sucked. Why are they having a sequel? It was horrible.
I'd rather watch Bernard Hopkins if we're looking for names. Go give me Bernard Hopkins.
That guy's punch drunk. Anyways, let me ask you this. You're not gonna watch it?
No way.
Wow. I'll watch every second. All right.
Are you gonna pay for it? You're gonna pay for pay-per-view?
No, I got a whole little thing going on.
Don't give it up.
Yeah, I got a thing going on. But I will be watching every second. I'm intrigued. Look, it's big names. If you told me bleeping Michael Jordan was gonna play Dominique Wilkins one-on-one, even though they're 60 years old, I'd watch that too. Pacquiao and Mayweather are names, so I'm very intrigued. Anyways,
5, 6. They're
I know. All right, let's move on.
It's sadder than watching a one-on-one basketball game to watch a couple 50-year-old punched each other's brains a little bit.
That don't even knock people out. Their whole thing is to get points.
Sad, man. You don't need to watch a bunch of senior citizens take punch after punch to the temple for an hour.
Floyd Mayweather wasn't fun to watch in his prime. He wasn't even entertaining. It's not.
Okay.
Who wants to watch him now?
I'm going to watch every second. And I bet you if we put it on the poll, and we need to create like a heat check Twitter feed, or I can just put it on my personal poll and then add everybody. But I bet you if we put it on the poll, more than 50% of the people are going to watch Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather fight, even in their 50s. All right, let's move on. Gentlemen, to our sport from our child time, which we put out the picture of us in our EC Blue fits, and then put us as grown men, boys to men, hashtag. That was the theme of the show or whatever. Baseball is a national pastime, right? It used to be America's sport. Now it's probably more football, if we're going to be honest. And I think basketball is probably leapfrogged too. But we all love baseball individually. I ask you this, and I actually don't know this from either of you. So this is fun because we didn't do any scripted pre-show stuff. I didn't run all this stuff by you. You do have access to the show sheet, but I don't know what your actual honest opinions are. And I will be surprised to hear. Maybe not surprised. Maybe it'll be what I think I'm going to hear. But I am intrigued to hear what your opinion is on the World Baseball Classic. Art, we'll start with you.
Got a funny opinion here again because it reminds me a lot about Air Olympic question. They sure as shit are doing a bad job advertising this thing because
oh God,
a couple of days ago
you don't know that it's coming up.
Had no idea it was coming up until I heard Scooball was about to get one start. I said, "Oh, Scooball's only starting once in the WBC. That thing must be coming up." I had heard rumbles about a World Baseball Classic, but
man.
Next week? Is it like now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's no chance I knew that. Yeah, so
exhibitions start now.
Yeah, I love the World Baseball Classic though. Like when it first came out, I loved it. I'll watch World Baseball Classic games, but so I see on the advertisement, can't believe it exists in a week.
This is a theme for Art. Art does not like the way that he's been targeted. Lou has been all in your algorithm, but you have not been a fan of Olympics or World Baseball advertising towards Art. They're doing a bad job.
Tony Itello a lot, and Elisa Lou, and not hearing much about the World. I want to, you know what I love about the World Baseball Classic is watching the way the Japanese team approaches baseball, because they approach the way every team needs to approach baseball. What they do is
aggressive.
Yeah. They're aggressive, and what they do is they say, we're going to run on you every time, and every time we run on you, we will be out if you make the perfect play, and we know you're not going to make the perfect play, and they do it all day, and I love it. They're going to tag up, they're going to take the extra base because they know that there's not enough fundamental ball being played. They know how often these teams miss. And so I remember watching it, and I wonder how true that is today, because I don't think I caught the last World Baseball Classic as closely, if I remember. But anyhow, I know early on in some of these World Baseball Classics, it's all I would take from it is, and then the honor they had, they would stay in the stands, clean the stadium. The stands, the fans would stay back and make sure they didn't leave a mess. The culture, the approach the Japanese team brought to the World Baseball Classic, I loved. And then, of course, I love my Dominican squad. They come out there with flair. They come out there ready to just rock. They're ready to play their music. They're ready to bring that energy to baseball. So I love the flair that comes out of the Dominican Republic team.
I know. We know you love your flair, Art.
I love those chunky ropes they have, like the gold ropes. Those fools come out like 3 necklaces deep. I was hoping Devers was going to play for the Dominican this year. And just to talk about what Zach was saying with Artie and advertising, it's like people have to come out of the screen to tell Artie, hey, we're playing on March, whatever. Like
they want, hey Jake, they want him to show up at his house. He wants them to show up at his house, knock on the door. Art, World Baseball Classic. Art, Olympics. Sunday Night Football, not good enough.
Do you have a no soliciting sign up, Art? Because you might be driving away with advertising.
What I'm saying is, I don't watch TV much anymore, right? And I got this app.
You watch football games, though?
It's all over the internet.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere, Artie.
Not on my internet. Not when I go on Instagram. Not when I go on Google. Not when I go on.
Okay.
Well, in regards to the World Baseball,
barely talking about it.
And the World Baseball Classic, I'm on fire. I love the thing. I love baseball, as do both of you. I went to the inaugural one in San Diego. I think it was me and Joe Flannery went to check out.
Nice.
South Korea played Cuba. I remember we were there. Nice. That game.
Nice.
That was not Qualcomm anymore. I think it was Petco, the new Petco.
Okay.
And that was dope. That was a lot of fun, and I've been watching it ever since. The Shohei versus Trout, Japan versus USA, last time it happened was so sick.
Oh yeah, and they were teammates at the time.
Yeah, on the Angels.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah.
I don't know. Artie's talking about the Japanese team. I think you might be talking about the LA Dodgers. Is that who you're talking about?
Pretty much.
Go to ESPN.com right now. That's what I just did. There's not one mention of the World Baseball Classic on the headline. So I'll just say that.
Well, you know me.
It hasn't started.
Open up ESPN.com.
I should at least know it exists.
Anyway, I'm juiced. I'm juiced. Zach, what's your take?
I gotta be honest, and I'm gonna say mid. Love baseball. Love all that. I'm not a hater on the what is that mid-season basketball trophy, the in-season tournament.
That LeBron hung the banner on.
Up the NBA.
No,
Cup.
I'm a I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that. The hockey had that mid-season thing. They even like interrupted the NHL season for these Olympics. I'm all for the all the tournaments in between. I think that they're great, but I got to be honest. I can't tell you that I've watched tons of innings of any World Baseball Classic. I will just say this. Number one, you got to remember that the closer for the Mets, what's his name? Edwin Diaz.
Now the Dodgers, buddy.
Yeah, well, now the Dodgers. But when he was with the Mets, he tore his ACL celebrating, right?
Yeah.
Not great. And then Scooble, this is a hoe move. When you've seen all this patriotism and all these people fighting for the flag and working for America and earning golds or whatever, already touched on it a smidge, but not enough. He's going to make one start, and then he's not going to play in the actual tournament because he's going to be a free agent, and he's going to make a boatload of loot, which I understand, but that's a hoe move to me. So he's came down a big, like, it would make me not want to sign the guy.
Yeah. I believe I remember I think it was Connor Gillespie. Remember him, ex-Giant, who had those big hits in 2016, I want to say.
Yep.
He was in the 2010 World Baseball Classic and ran over the catcher and just had a great baseball classic. So I have very fond memories of all my, my hardcore baseballers out there who play their asses off during this thing. And Logan Webb's pitching for Team America. So
there we go.
Guys. Let's go USA.
He loves it.
Scoop.
Don't start with a championship. Don't start webbing like a championship or semifinal game. That'll be real rough.
Scooble's a hoe. All right, we transition from heat check, icy mid or on fire. Good job, boys. We'll go to NFL news now. We have Falcons releasing Cousins and franchise tagging Kyle Pitts, paying him a lot of money.
Oh, really? Didn't know that.
Yeah, a little surprised by that. Fans are trying to trade Tua. We can talk about that later, but I think as most of our listeners are probably Bay Area centric, what did you make? And we'll start with you, Jake, as Artie is now a Niners fan because he's a weirdo and he likes the Chiefs because he hated the Niners for trading Joe Montana, but then his son is a Niners fan, and so now he likes the Niners. He's a total weirdo, and the Chiefs beat the Niners twice in the Super Bowl, but whatever. We'll move on from that. So we'll start with Jake. What did you make of this Trent Williams news from Adam Scheffler?
I was pretty shook by it initially. So he's due 38 or 39 million.
Yeah, give the deets. Yep. 38. Yep.
And cap hits more than Patrick's.
Cap hit, even if they cut him.
Hang on. Let me cut Artie off because Pat restructured.
Oh yeah, he did, and Trent Williams ain't trying to. What they're
He's not going to restructure.
All right. Just put it in context, Art. Put it in context, please.
Yeah, lower cap hit. Put it in context. That's the
right.
No, because Pat restructured.
Jesus.
All right, go ahead, Jake. Sorry. Go.
If they cut him, they will still have a dead cap hit of $34 million. So it doesn't make any damn sense not to re-sign him or cut him. So the latest I heard is that they're both in the building. They're both going to rework it or figure it out. The news from Schefter seemed like, I think that was a pressure play from the Niners. Like John Lynch got him to post that or something. Because of unrestricted free agent at 38 years old, that's a left tackle that misses time, isn't going to get $39 million on the market. So it sounds like it's going to get worked out. I was freaking out a little bit at first, but from the latest I've heard, it will get worked out. We will see. It's day by day. Ayuk's getting cut. We can go down the list of Niners, but this is about Trent Williams. I'll leave it to you two.
You're bringing Debo back?
Debo might come back, yeah. At a low number.
Yeah, they're saying they're all kicking it.
He's unrestricted.
He's been kicking.
Oh, I didn't see this. I figured you were kidding.
No, he might come back, but we need to take care of the line. We need to take care of the trenches before we start signing wideouts. I know Kyle Shanahan likes to draft a Ricky Pearsall, similar to a Pods, in my opinion. Overdrafting linemen, like let's draft Ricky Pearsall in the first round. Give me a goddamn break. That was a horrible pick. I don't know what you're doing.
Lucky he got shot.
That's a funny.
Come on, how bad it'd be.
That's a funny.
Is getting shot.
That's a funny comp. Persol and Pods.
Oh,
anyways,
it's the 2 first-round white boys that think they're the shit, and they do nothing for me.
By the way,
take a couple bullets, then he could.
Wow.
No, I don't mean like he should get. I mean,
you think Mike Kristoff's thing was bad? How are we gonna frame that?
You're not understanding it. I'm saying he should, in order to save his face for the fan base. I didn't mean he should get shot.
I called Kristoff's a possible alcoholic drug addict. You said Pod should get shot.
Advocate for someone to get hurt. I'm saying in order to re-endear himself to the fans, he should fight off a robber.
I guess
Barstool
says shit like this, right?
Rehab tough, and come back, show a couple bullet scars, say, here, he got me here, but I rehabbed hard. I'm back. I rehabbed all offseason because I'm so dedicated to the Warriors. You know, Steve Kerr will love it. He'll make sure he gives them some extra minutes because he put his body on the line, not only for the Warriors, but for the city. He's just such a good dude. So yeah,
two things. Number one. At some point, we're going to be able to put audio onto this thing, which would be great because I would love. Although I don't think there was actual audio for it, but Art sent a video of Klay Thompson and Steph Curry basically laughing at Pods, with Pods thinking that he's going to have as good a career as Steph or whatever. So it'd be great to put that up on video or whatever. Number two, you guys don't know how quickly you guys would get pulled off of SCC radio. If we were doing a show at 95.7 and this was like the 7 to 11 show and you guys were out here saying Pods should get shot. And,
well, in a good way.
And Porzingis is a crack addict alcoholic. Bye. The program director would be in the studio in like 2 seconds. And I'd just be sitting there like,
yeah, I know.
It's a podcast. All right, what are your thoughts on Trent? I didn't misquote you, bro. You said that Pod should get shot.
I didn't say that.
In a good way. No, he did, not you. In a good way. Like there's any good way to get shot.
Lots of good ways to get shot.
All right, what are your thoughts on Trent before we move on? Jesus Christ, man.
My thoughts on Trent Williams?
Yes.
Hell of a left tackle.
Okay. I think
they should keep him in the building.
I think Jake kind of hit the nail on the head. If that's true, Jake, and they're only going to save $5 million, there's no reason. I mean, what are they trying to get him to do? Like go down to 35 instead of 39 or whatever?
Dead cap hit number and save him $5 million. I think that's what they're trying to do with that.
And he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that's going to be down with that.
Unrestricted free agent.
You saw his dirt came out. You saw the Trent Williams dirt came out.
The who?
The Trent Williams dirt. You see that it came out? I'm not going to give up my sources, but I actually knew about all this before it became popular in the news.
What dirt are you talking about, Art?
Go Google the fact that Trent Williams has he has a second lady. He's got a kid with her, and there's a little bit of issues in the Williams household these days. Let's just put it that way, because
are we talking Stephon Diggs?
But I'm just saying it just came out in the news recently. I just saw it on Twitter about a week or two ago, and I sort of knew about it for months, which is just funny to me because I have sort of an insider that just knew the not the wife. So someone I know knows.
I know who that guy is. Did he go to UCSB?
He didn't. That means there's two of them. But anyhow, it's just funny. I had known about this, and then I saw it come out on Twitter. It's kind of like now known. It's no longer in the dark ethos of the internet. It's just sort of known, and it is what it is. I actually commend Trent Williams. What he's doing is taking care of the mother of his children that is not in his marriage. So I don't commend the fact. I don't know what happened in his marriage. I don't know how it happened, but I commend the fact that he's taking care of his children and he's taking care of this person and he's still treating them with respect and dignity and all that. So, but it's definitely a story I've heard of recently.
Trent is my sweet little teddy bear.
Trent and Lamar and Art.
All right, I'm gonna make the transition. I'm gonna make a Bay Area tie here because most people probably don't give two bleeps about the Dolphins. They're looking to trade Tua, which may or may not happen. He's going to have a $90 hit if they release him before sometime in June, I believe, and then still a significant hit after that. But I will bring this up and tie it into Bay Area sports because when that Tua contract, first of all, he was playing out his fifth year, his rookie year deal. They didn't have to sign him to that. and now they're completely done with him. They benched him last year. Now it's a new regime. They clearly don't want to have any part of him. He can't play in the cold. He's not mobile. He doesn't extend plays. But I asked this, I think Purdy showed us enough since he signed the contract that he was worth it. But I wonder, do Niners fans put the same amount of regret of giving Purdy that deal, especially after seeing what Mac Jones did? Do they put the same amount of regret into giving Purdy that deal that Dolphins fans do into giving Tua that deal?
Do you want me to speak as a Niners fan?
Yeah.
There's no regret at all. Purdy looked amazing for damn near every game he played except the last two against the Seahawks.
Okay.
He got injured. I mean, Mac Jones right now is a huge trade piece, man. We could get a lot for him. And you mentioned Kirk Cousins earlier. That dude probably wants to play for Shanahan, and he'd much rather back up a Shanahan team than be a backup somewhere else. So, no, there's no regret at all on the Purdy contract. I was thinking that mid-year when Mac Jones was balling and Purdy was hurt, but then Purdy came back and totally redeemed himself. He totally redeemed himself. And I'm looking forward to seeing him play more ball. So there's no regret at all about that contract.
Okay, I would give a lot of pushback on that. I'm not a Purdy hater, but I would say based on how good Mac Jones looked, and there's been talks about whether or not the Niners would trade him for a 2 or a 3 or whatever, and the Niners have said they want to keep him as a backup, and why not? You got him for what, $2.5 million? Didn't he sign like a 2-year, $5 million deal or 2-year, $10 million deal?
210, yeah.
Yeah.
Or 220.
Whatever it is. I would say this. I don't think Tua, much less than Purdy, but I don't think either of them are worth the ridiculous deals that quarterbacks are getting now. And I think it's on the onus of the organization to fight the temptation to give those deals out. I think the Sam Darnold deal, now they won the Super Bowl, so now it's going to sound like I'm Mr. Hindsight or whatever. I'm not trying to be that, but that was a reasonable deal. The deals for Purdy and Tua, I think, are not representative of their ability on the field. I think Allen deserved that deal. I think Mahomes deserves that deal. I think Lamar Jackson deserves that deal. I don't know that Purdy and I'm not saying that Purdy and Tua are the same. Purdy has performed better than Tua. I'm just saying they're both in the realm of, I don't know if I'd give that contract if I could go over it again.
Well, now you're changing the take wholeheartedly. So, yeah, like if we want to go with that take and we just want to have a conversation about the fact that the market is broken for quarterbacks, whole different conversation. The introduction into the conversation, very problematic. Tua is arguably the biggest bust in the NFL of every
I walked that. Okay, Art. First of all, he took him to the playoffs, lost to your Chiefs. I watched that game with you in Brentwood, and I left at halftime. That's neither here nor there. Okay, I'm not saying that Tua is as bad as Purdy. What I'm saying is I think they're both
Is Purdy bad?
No, but I think they're in the same group of I would not give them a fat-ass contract like Purdy got.
Okay, but they're in the same group as like you would give Purdy 30 to 40 million. Would you even pay Tua? Like that's why I'm saying I feel like the entry into this conversation was a little troubling. Like,
well, Tua got 50. I would give Tua 20. I mean, I think Tua's competent, but I would give Purdy like 30. I don't know that what's Purdy getting? What's Purdy getting?
Time out though. You would build
low
a team
50s.
around Tua. Time out. You would build a team around Tua at 20 million. You'd say like, yes, sign me up.
No, because I don't think that you're building a team around a quarterback at 20. I think that's just a guy.
Point, you're saying that you would be down to do that. I don't want to I think I'm a little bit pushing you into a corner here that I'm trying to make you say yes, even though you don't want to.
It's okay.
So that's not fair. But really,
it's okay.
You wouldn't pay Tua 20 million. You wouldn't pay Tua 10 million. I don't think. And what I'm saying is, would you? Because any team in a hypothetical that we're having right now, you can put your money wherever you want. And my question is, would you be willing to put 20 million on Tua to get the money elsewhere? And in my world, hell no. And I'll even add to that, would you take Tua at 20 or Purdy at 40? You're starting a team. You got to choose one.
Okay, those are a lot of questions that I haven't had time to think about. In terms of Tua, in terms of Tua at 20, Yes, because that to me is not such a big hit to your squad that it would affect you that much. And I think he's competent enough that you could see if you could put pieces around him. In terms of Tua at 20 or Brock at 40, I think I would rather have Tua at 20.
Okay, guys, this is getting off the rails. This is insane. So Mac Jones was balling. He went 5-3, like very respectable for a very injured team. Purdy came back. He won every start after he came back from injury. And let me tell you his stats. He was 200 yards, 3 tuds, 193 and 1, but a lot of running game. And
let's not start talking about how good Purdy is now. Because Purdy ain't who people want him to be.
He is though. 295.
He's not. Jake, he's not 50. Jake, he is not $50 million a year.
Hell no.
He has been so much more successful in the playoffs than a lot of dudes. Dak has never won a playoff game, correct?
No, that's not true.
Dak's just as good.
He's won one or something. He's won one.
Dak's just as good as Purdy.
$60 million a year.
I would take Dak. I would take Dak way over Purdy.
Dak is just as good as Purdy.
This is nonsense. This is just
Purdy
nonsense.
Purdy has had. Purdy is. Hang on. Purdy has had coaching and a surrounding cast of players way better than Dak. Dak's never had a defense. Dak's
BS, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Purdy extends plays. His stats speak for themselves. His wins in the playoffs speak for themselves.
Let me ask you this: same roster, same coaching. Dak or Purdy? You'd rather have Purdy.
Purdy's roster was great this year. He beat the Eagles at the Eagles. What are you talking about?
I'd probably take Purdy, frankly, but they're in the same class. They're the same shit.
Yeah, but Dak's paid. He's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
Well, no, we're not talking all about that. I'm just saying, to me, they're
Purdy's what? Purdy's what? Top 10?
He's top 7, maybe.
Yeah.
Give me Trevor Lawrence.
And I don't. The market, dude.
Yeah,
it's
I would. I could list. I could list so many quarterbacks that I would want over Purdy.
How many NFC or how many AFC championship games has Josh Allen won and Lamar Jackson won?
Oh, are you taking Purdy over either of them? You're an idiot.
How did Lamar Jackson do this?
Mike in the show. You want to call it tonight?
Has Purdy thrown 5 picks or had 5 turnovers in a playoff game?
Can we exit? Can we kick Jake out? Is there a button to kick?
You guys are national morons. Not paying attention to
the locality
of an amazing upstart QB in Brock Purdy.
Yeah, upstart. First off, you were talking shit about him 2 months ago on every podcast. You could talk shit about him.
Fact.
So let's acknowledge that. All
and
right?
then he responded because when I tough talk guys, they respond.
Yeah. So let's be real about who Brock Purdy is. Brock Purdy
who responded?
The guys Brock I tough Purdy. Talk.
Who's that?
Brock Purdy.
He was acknowledging the fact that he talked a lot of shit about Purdy. He didn't talk like huge slander. He just sort of.
Mac Jones was looking great. He has a Muslim porn on him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Makes magic happen, or he throws picks and ends the game.
I misread it. You're saying he responded in terms of his play. He didn't actually.
Jake.
Social media.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. That's where I read it wrong. Okay. Fair enough. Jake, you're out of your mind if you would take Purdy over Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson.
I don't think there's a conversation where Purdy belongs to the same talk as Tua. That's ridiculous.
I agree with that. He's closer to those two than Tua.
No, hang on. I walked it back, and what I said is that they're in the same conversation of large, ridiculous contracts that I don't think are deserving. Now, is Purdy's more deserving than Tua? Yes, but I still would not have given Purdy that contract. He doesn't deserve a contract that big.
I didn't want them to give it to him.
Yeah, he did.
And they didn't have to, but they did. Luckily, they're good at developing, cast-off quarterbacks like Mac Jones, like Sam Darnold. So I have faith they will get a good backup for cheap. Hopefully this year it's veteran Kirk Cousins, and then you can be.
What do you mean? We already have one.
Here's the problem.
No, but Mac is great bait. We need a first rounder for Mac. I think you got to trade him.
Nobody's going to give a 1 for Mac.
Here's the problem. The 49ers are not cashing in on an asset that they have that most teams don't have. we all sit here and talk about how it's hard to grade Purdy because of the system. And we all sit here and talk about the fact that Shanahan is able to make all quarterbacks look good. Given that, I think there's a little disconnect between GM, ownership, and utilizing that. Like, I like Purdy a lot. And I'm not, so I think I sounded like I didn't. But what I'm saying is, if you have the ability to make Mac Jones, to make Sam Darnold look just about as good as Purdy, you're really actually wasting money that could be spent on a Debo, that could be spent on other assets that clearly the Niners need. So, like, to me, I'm disappointed that the franchise didn't actually see that one of the assets in their head coach is that you don't need to pay $55 million, especially to a quarterback that isn't in that top 5. Now, we don't need to debate top 6 through 11. It's hard. Top 6 through 12, top 7 through 14. We know that's hard. You're starting to talk about a pretty close tier. But why pay $55 million for that? I don't know.
I agree. You shouldn't have paid him that much, but don't give Shanahan credit for Purdy. Purdy does off-schedule throws. He uses his feet. He throws across his body. It's not Shanahan run. It's not Shanahan called plays. That is Brock Purdy's specialty. It's not related to Shanahan's specialty. Shanahan wanted a guy like Mac Jones who is
how did it work with
Shanahan.
Brock Purdy
has a skill set that has nothing to do with Shanahan.
But why was it working with Mac? Maybe Purdy's actually not doing then what Shanahan wants him to do.
Mac is a Shanahan kind of quarterback.
Yeah,
Mac
Purdy's
is a Shanahan
more like Ben Roethlisberger.
Mac and Cousins are Shanahan quarterbacks. Purdy is an off-schedule, run-around, scramble kind of guy. That's not Shanahan.
Ben. He's a Big Ben. He's a cross between Big Ben and Russell Wilson.
Without the Big Ben body. Yeah, he's a Russell Wilson more than the Big Ben.
Nah, but Russell Wilson was a little smarter, a little bit like less of a throw it all over the place.
He won the Super Bowl. Purdy lost, although I would say Shanahan lost and McCaffrey lost.
All right. I didn't know that this was going to get this heated, but look, it came up.
Talking about my Niners, Zach.
Look, bro, I am not even anti-Purdy. I'm anti-Purdy making $50 million a mother bleeping year. That's all. That's all.
Hey, don't underestimate the leadership he's shown. Dave says, do not estimate the leadership of Brock Purdy. He is a confident leader.
Trent is a biggest fan. Okay. Thanks, Dave. All right. Let's move on to some let's move on to some NBA buzz. I got to be honest here. I'm a little hot on this. I mean, I didn't think I was going to be like.
By the way, you guys might want to stand up. I put my standing desk.
Look at McAfee over here. We got McAfee.
Sorry, Z. Keep us on track.
No, it's all good. I just wanted to move into a little NBA talk, which I'm actually a lot more fired up about than I thought that I would be. Good job, Jake. Talk about this one to start. I don't know if you saw this little meme, but they showed the top 5 teams and what their records are versus the other top 5 teams. And I was pretty surprised to see, first of all, the Spurs 7-1 against the other top 5 teams. The Pistons are 6-2. The Knicks are 2-5, and the Thunder are 1-6. I say all this because the Spurs beat the Pistons in Detroit and pretty handedly, which makes me really think, and this will be my hot take if you want to cut it up, Jake, the NBA title's coming out of the West. I think the whole East is fugazi. The Knicks, the Pistons, the Cavs, and the Celtics, even if they get Tatum back, all fugazi. I do not believe in the East. This, to me, it's not so – I think the Spurs are still a year away. I think the Pistons are probably still a year away. But the fact that the Spurs, with Wemby having a very bad shooting night, handled the Pistons at – is that a burp live on
Yeah, that was Art.
YouTube?
Nice.
Nice work, Art. The fact that they handled the Pistons as easily as they did in Detroit makes me think that the title is going to come out of the West. I don't know if it's going to be the Nuggets or the Thunder or the Spurs or whatever, but that was my biggest takeaway from that game. We can get into other ones, but did you have any thoughts on that? Did you see it? What do you guys got?
Well, I know last podcast I talked about the Spurs, and I told you that I think they're a serious threat. And I still think the Pistons are in it, and Kate Cunningham is legit. He's probably the MVP.
This guy sound like a goddamn moose over here eating his turkey jerky, trying to give
great thoughts. Great thoughts from Leo. Great thoughts from Leo as he eats. By the way, Art, can you tell the people why you call Jake Leo again? I know you've told me a million times. I still don't know the reason.
I mean, this is really kind of hard to even. It's not that fun. It's only fun if you're me or Jake, to be honest. So it's hard. But basically, I'll just go real quick. Basically, they're the most ridiculous coach you could ever imagine having. He just out of nowhere hit up. You know ECYB how it was growing up. Every team knew all the coaches. Like from day one, it was pretty much like maybe here or there somebody new came in, but then all of a sudden, Pony, we're 13. This dude comes and he was like, frankly, he was like a hell of wannabe. I mean, it's hella disrespectful to say this, so let's not actually pretend I'm saying this. The most bootleg Albert you could get, right? Dude was just fucking thought he was fucking just like, he had his little pickup truck. He had long hair. He kind of thought he was a hit. He wore jeans. I think they were short. He was usually kind of a little dirty. He kind of had his own style is why I say it, but he was also like pathetic. And your dad was the real G, so not a good comparison, but it does. Yeah. So he shows up all of a sudden on this team and was the most ridiculous character you could possibly come up with. And his son's name was Lucas. And I believe, unless I just fully made this up, it was Leonardo, right?
Yeah, and they had a sister that went to school with us.
And they had
what does that have to do with Jake?
Jake Lucas, Leonardo, Leo. That's how it got there.
Okay. All right. So that's why I'm not.
It's not a great one.
No, I'm just saying. Now I know why I didn't remember it, and I'm not going to remember it next time. So basically, you're saying
a lot of good stuff from this guy's team. His daughter was the scorekeeper who was sleeping with a guy who thought he was the star of the team, who was terrible, named Tim. So this guy would pick him up. So he was like 6'6", acne, not good, but thought he was good because he threw heat, and he was just.
How old are you guys?
13, and he was dating the coach's daughter, and it was just odd. And he would show up, and they would have that. And
okay, so you called Jake,
and Eric, and all them. Anyway,
shout out Dexter.
You called Jake Leo because you had a bootlegged Albert coach whose son was named Lucas Leonardo.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. All right.
And guess what position this guy had Jake playing? Oh, no.
Second base.
No, timeout. Did he have you back in your original position? Was it Kevin Deneen's dad that had you in center?
No. Center? Opening night, I was hitting leadoff or second, playing center field.
Center field.
Okay. Fernandez in Pinole.
All right.
I think that says a lot about who your coach is if Jake is starting in center field.
Yeah, that's not great. All right. What are your thoughts on Spurs over Pistons?
Spurs over Pistons. My thoughts are you never want to bet your money on a team like the Pistons who are young, up and coming, and not ready to win a championship. So if we're talking about winning a championship, of course they're not ready. They're one of the most exciting teams in the league. They're fun to watch. They got bench players that are really good, really athletic. But we got some action. Levi's here.
Levi,
you come in if you want and chill.
LD.
I like the Pistons, but I don't like them to win a championship. I think your guys' takes were right on the Spurs being a little too early. It
could be a finals preview.
I don't know when. Shit, finals preview. If I had to give it to you right now, I'm gonna say that they surprised. Oh, you think that is it?
It's a possibility, in my opinion.
It could have been, yeah. I mean, so could the Thunder Cavs game, which we'll get into in a minute. But anyways, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna go. My prediction is gonna be Wolves Cavs.
I love my Wolves. Love my Wolves.
Wolves in 6. Wolves in 6.
Anyways, I'll just say this: the Pistons have beaten the snot out of the Knicks, which gives me pause on the Knicks. But the fact that the Spurs went in there into Detroit, and Detroit's supposed to be this tough, rugged team. There was a couple of texts thrown around. It made me very weary about the Pistons, and I'll just reiterate it again. It made me think the title's coming out of the West because I don't even have the Spurs in my top 3 of teams that can win out of the West, and they went into Detroit, who some people think the Knicks are the favorite to come out of the East, and whooped the Pistons in Detroit. So it just made me think the East is fugazi. Anyways, go ahead, Jake.
What am I going ahead about?
Knicks ain't coming out the East.
Just Pistons, Spurs. Spurs beating the Pistons in Detroit.
Yeah,
I can move on. I can move on if you got nothing.
League, probably. Like
okay.
I know they're both young, but I like them. I mean, Minnesota is my favorite team in the West, aside from the Warriors. The Spurs are my favorite, like up and coming potential upset pick to win the finals in the West, and the Pistons I think are dope as hell in the East, and already gave them no credit a couple podcasts ago. What's happening?
Yeah, I'll say this. Yeah, like again, it was kind of a reassurance to me that the East is not like what you think it is. All right,
I know, but how do you get that from? Because the Spurs are legit, so I don't really see where you're coming from there.
The Spurs are one of the best teams in the NBA. Spurs are dominant.
Okay, the Spurs are not gonna win the championship. They're not gonna make the finals.
It's the perfect team to beat Detroit because they're also young and hungry. So they play regular season harder than a lot of teams, right? They got Stephon Kaplan, they got Dylan.
The Spurs
Wemby committed to the dunk contest. That guy likes competition.
That's coming up later in the word. You're ruining the show. And the Spurs are not even going to make the Western Conference Finals.
Nobody gives a shit what the Spurs do. All we're saying is the Spurs are raw. And then that's a weird team to pick as making it, of all the teams to lose. Did they get whooped? Is that what happened?
No, the Spurs beat the Pistons in Detroit.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of unpredictability, dude.
Yeah, it was not close.
I think 1 through 4 in the East and the West are all liable to win the title. I think it's wide open.
All right. You guys are throwing me off. Artie's distracted, not paying attention. That's fine. Let's move on to the next game.
I'm trying to show the people what they want to see.
What do the people want to see, bro?
Cade Cunningham rookie card.
Nice. Nobody wants to see that.
We love Detroit. Remember we talked about loving Detroit when Jake was telling me
how they lost at home to the Spurs. All right, let's move on to the next game because I'm pretty hot on this. The Thunder beat the Cavs. Now, it was in OKC, but this to me, if you want to I don't know the way gambling works. I don't know if you can bet against the Cavs, but I would love to bet against the Cavs doing anything. Everybody was all hot on them after Harden got traded there. They are a joke. First of all, Harden is one of the most pathetic playoff performers in the history of mankind.
Studebaker.
No, he's
not. He's a loser.
Studebaker.
He's an absolute loser, and especially when it comes to the playoffs. Now, the Thunder were missing their 2 best players. SGA, the MVP of not only the finals, but the league last year, and Jalen Williams. Didn't have either of them, and they beat the Cavs comfortable. Again, another reason Spurs over Pistons, Thunder over Cavs. Why I think the title's coming out of the West, not the East. Already talking over it, but that's fine. Go ahead, Jake.
I agree with you about Cavs being kind of a joke, and there's no reason to take Harden seriously. OKC, I just don't want to buy into them. I don't want them to be some dominant.
They are though.
I just don't. I'm not buying it until I see 2. And the fact that, what you're saying makes them sound like they are world beaters. Beating the Cavs doesn't necessarily make you a world beater. So I just want to see my Spurs or my Wolves again.
No SGA, no Jalen Williams, and they won comfortably against a fully rostered Cavaliers squad. Again, why I'm not buying the East.
Julius Randle and an Ant real hot in a playoff series against OKC. You never know what's going to happen.
Arturo?
I was just sorry for talking over you. I was just sort of agreeing with you that that's a really bad loss. But what I want to check right now, because I want to see if you were on it or not. I'm about to check. Was that on Sunday? Yeah. Well,
which one? Yeah.
I'm about to check. Did Mobley play?
No. Oh yeah, Mobley is healthy now. Yeah, he did play.
Mobley's barely playing. Sorry, I'm on ESPN.com trying to find it. But anyway, Mobley's barely playing right now. I will say he's like the key to their success. He's their main big man. So he's been playing like 15, 20 minutes and playing every other game. So I don't know if he played. But even if he did play, he's barely.
No, he did play. He did.
Nursing something. But anyway, they're getting
all right.
Their run.
We'll wrap up the NBA talk with just the Celtics basically handing it to the Lakers. That game was not really close, and I'm baffled by both teams on 2 different fronts. I'm baffled surprisingly in a good way on the Celtics. I did not think. I thought this was going to be. I thought this was going to be a punt year. I knew Jaylen Brown. Shout out to the Cal Golden Bears. He went to Cal.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jaylen Brown. He's been playing ridiculously well. But I thought that this was a punt. They traded. They traded Porzingis. They traded Holiday.
Didn't resign Horford.
Yeah, Horford went to the Warriors. I mean, I thought this was a punt year. Tatum tearing his Achilles. Now he's got his little
100%.
special and he's coming back.
Never hear Peyton Pritchard, homie.
Yeah, Pritchard has been balling. But then the Lakers, like you have Reeves, you have Luka, and you have Braun.
Isn't Luka out? Or no, is he back?
No, he played against the Celtics. I don't know if he's out now.
Maybe I'm tripping. He's back. Okay.
He was out for a couple games.
Okay. Yeah, he was out. He was out before the All-Star break.
He's back. He's there.
He's back. Yeah. So, anyways, to me, and we talked about LeBron maybe going to the Warriors in the offseason and Kerr not coming back if LeBron doesn't come or whatever. I was shocked just on two fronts. I thought the Lakers at home, fully healthy. Now, look, they don't play a lot of defense, so they're going to have to outscore people. But the Celtics going in there and handling business, the Celtics are in there with the conversation with the Pistons, the Cavs, and the Knicks. I mean, they're right there, and they might be getting Tatum back.
I think that's the problem. They don't want
Tatum back.
I heard that, Art. I actually heard that narrative. People are saying it might mess the Celtics up.
I told you the same thing 5 years ago, and you laughed me out the building, and it did come true when I said it might be hard to integrate Kyrie Irving in. If you remember, Isaiah Thomas had gotten hurt. Jaylen Brown and Tatum had stepped up. They were the young guys. And then Kyrie Irving was coming over, and everyone was talking about how stacked they're going to be. And I was like, well, that's going to be hard for a couple young guys who have just ascended into these roles to all of a sudden figure out that role with Kyrie. And to me, it would be hard for a team that's gelling the way they are. And I love that you brought that up because Greenstein was actually saying, and I think it was a pretty good call, to be honest, he had Boston OKC as a final matchup for him. And, like, I couldn't feel you more on Boston. Like, your whole take is just – I should have just said the same shit because all I thought going into this year is we're talking like a 30-win team. Like, I was thinking, like, when we're doing our fantasy basketball draft that, like, Jaylen Brown, you might want to draft him because he's going to go off, but his efficiency will probably be hella low. He's probably going to have, like, a crazy season where he's just doing whatever the F he wants, and they're going to be terrible. And now it makes you really think about how dysfunctional the Warriors are a little bit. I mean, I hate to bring it back to the Warriors, but it's like you got this organization that can deal with Tatum tearing his Achilles, that can deal with all these people leaving and have next man up actually be good and actually have a system that's working. And I'm so disparaging the way I talk about Kerr. I don't mean to. I love me some Kerr. I love what the Warriors done, but shit, the Celtics are amazing. Like you said, how in the hell are they doing this? They are the class of the East.
Bill Simmons last night was saying Celtics are going to have to pick one, JT or JB. And
I don't think that in the future. You think that for the future?
That's what they're saying.
That for this year.
Why though, Jake?
Why? It's perfect.
Can't they coexist? Like
egos are in the way. Like
I know, but I know, but Jake, can't they coexist like Steph and Clay?
It depends on them. It depends on the guys.
They're also different.
But I think JB's starting to feel like, hey, I'm as valuable as JT.
100%. Nobody was happy. I mean, not that he was happy probably about his teammate getting hurt, but nobody was ready to go, oh, okay.
And his
you
game
think we're done because Tatum? Yeah.
His game's gotten so much better. He didn't used to be able to go to his left.
Yeah.
I think he had a bad playoffs that year.
Well, that was, I mean, that got highlighted, but it's true. Jake's not wrong.
I know.
His game is definitely elevated, and I definitely think he took it as a challenge. He was like, look, we're not just Tostitos because JT's gone. I'm a mother bleeping star, and he's taken on that role and done great. I hope that they can put their stuff aside. I don't know what their relationship is personally. I don't have any, like, insiders in Boston or whatever, so I don't know how they get along interpersonally, but I would hope that they'd be able to put that aside like Steph and Clay did, right? Like, I don't think Clay ever gave two bleeps about Steph getting all the credit. So I don't know.
Yeah, but and I think Boston it looked like a team starting when the Warriors played them that we thought the Celtics were going to be a dynasty, and they've only won one. And so now's their chance if they can put the ego stuff aside to win multiples. And I think they can, dude. Yeah, if they keep that core together. And Peyton Pritchard is a beast. Don't sleep on my boy, my little honky.
You saw that Reggie Miller clip with Caitlin Clark?
Oh, we called Caitlin Clark Peyton Pritchard.
That shit was hella funny.
She was like, I'm thinking more like Steph Curry, but okay.
And then other people were laughing because it's like, you can totally take that two different ways. Like, on the one hand, it is hella disrespectful. She completely changed women's basketball. She put it up on the map, and she's way more comparable to Steph in that way.
Pritchard is
on
kind
the
of
other hand, Pritchard is an absolute baller, and he was actually just like, as an analyst, I'm sure, just thinking you hella remind me of the way Pritchard plays.
And especially coming from Reggie Miller. Like, Reggie Miller.
Let's not fucking, like, people like to fucking love on Caitlin Clark. Let's look at her goddamn three-point percentage, okay? Like, her three-point percentage is like 30%. Like, she's not a shooter that can shoot like Steph Curry. Like, really go look at her stats. What? No, she's not. Go look at the leading scorer on her team. The leading scorer on her team averages more points.
Does she take 12 threes a game? Caitlin Clark didn't even play this last year. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, it is a whole different story. But all right, I digress. But let's not pretend that what I'm saying is not factual. Like, she isn't a lights out shooter in the WNBA yet, and she's actually a relatively bad shooter.
No, she's not a bad shooter.
Percentage wise, she has a low percentage.
Okay,
she's a low percentage shooter right now in the WNBA.
To Zach's point and question, Boston is the real deal, especially if JT gets healthy. Jason Tatum is slept. I think he's underrated now too. Like, that dude was maybe the best player in the NBA for a couple of years.
3 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
but he's coming off an Achilles, so even if he does come back,
Durant came off an Achilles,
like a sprained ankle now. That's like a sprained ankle.
No, it's not. Achilles is still an Achilles, man. That's tough.
Not. Achilles is not still Achilles. It's tough.
It's
not
tough.
Still Achilles, which is crazy. It's hella tough.
Ask Kirk Cousins. Ask Kirk Cousins. All right.
Ask Aaron Rodgers. He came back he got an ayahuasca fix to his Achilles. And
he was just with Pittsburgh. I mean, that was devastating when he tore his Achilles with the Jets. Torn Achilles is a torn Achilles.
I watched that at Bobby G's, by the way. Bobby G's Pizzeria. We will be coming to you live from there.
Shout out. Yeah, it's got to be a new sponsor coming soon. All right, let's transition to the wacky world of sports. Jake touched on it earlier. Wemby says he's going to join the slam dunk contest. This is why this is a lose-lose. He's too tall.
Yeah.
So anything he does, no one's going to care about.
No. It's terrible.
All right. That's all you got, Art? Just terrible, Jake?
Oh, no, I'm disagreeing with you. Hella much.
No, I love Wemby being in the dunk contest. That'll be sick.
Well, I think it'll be dope if it makes other superstars do it also. I'm just saying, what can Wemby do? His head is at the rim already. Like, what the hell can he do that is going to impress anybody?
Yeah, no.
He'll get creative. He's French.
No. It's the wrong superstar. He is trying to fix the NBA.
Yeah, I couldn't have, Artie, you couldn't have said it better. He's the last superstar that we need to go into it. Ant Edwards would be great. There's all sorts of guys that would be great. Yeah.
But you got to give props to Wemby for trying to fix the NBA.
I agree. Yes. I mean, look, he saved the All-Star game. And Edwards specifically said that because Wemby was trying is why we tried, and we praised the hell out of the All-Star weekend. So, yes, I give him props for saying that he's going to do it. I'm just saying, what the hell can a guy do that's 7'7" that's going to impress anybody in a slam dunk contest? Stand on top of himself and dunk it?
Talk about a slam dunk contest.
What's that?
Mr. Jason Richardson.
Oh, nice. It's got a weird shadow on it, but yeah.
Hey, by the way, anyone notice my shirt for Heat Check? Boom.
Love it.
You like that?
Wow.
Who's Michael Mann?
Is that a scene from the Pacino De Niro movie?
Yeah.
When did they have masks on?
With Val Kilmer.
Who's Michael Mann?
It's the director who directed Last of the Mohicans, Heat. Manhunter. The list goes on.
Heat was dope.
All right. We transition here in the word, and I bring this up mainly because I'm CCC very intrigued. I don't know why, but I'm all about the Diggs Cardi B thing, and I still don't know. Do you guys have any? Well, I'll tell the story, and then I'll ask you if you have any information we know that they broke up at halftime and then they unfollowed each other after the Super Bowl or whatever. But I still don't know what prompted it. The rumor that I've heard is that Stephon Diggs gave one of his baby mamas. He had 4 kids in 1 year, by the way, by 4 different women, which is just insane. But that he gave her like front row seats, and then Cardi B saw that on the way to her performing as part of the Bad Bunny concert. So that's what I've heard, but I haven't gotten any updates. Anyways, Diggs has sent Cardi B designer Chanel pieces and even an expensive Rolex watch said to be worth around $26,000. Cardi B is not responding. She is done with Stephon Diggs. It's a wrap. Your thoughts, and do you have any updates? Because I would love to get an update.
No updates, but I hope Cardi B sticks to her guns. Don't take that $26,000 garbage. Why would what did she fucking need $26,000 Chanel bag or watch? Or
yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. I hear you.
Yeah, I'm kind of over that after me and Artie got into a long, deep discussion about Stephon Diggs and Cardi B. I'm kind of
good stuff. Good stuff. Went viral. Okay, fine. I'm still intrigued by it only because of this. I just want to know why they broke up at halftime of the Super Bowl, and I still haven't gotten.
Old Strange was there.
Well,
I know. I know, front row. I know, but I still.
Like his like high school sweetheart type deal?
I know, but neither of them have come out with a concrete explanation for why they broke up. Because I had just watched her on a podcast saying, like, of course Stephon Diggs loves me more than anything in the world. I'm not only his best friend, I'm his lover. Like, they seemed like such a cute couple. And she was the last of the 4, much to Art's chagrin. She was the last of the 4 to bear his child in those 4 kids and by 4 different women in a year.
I told you there's a possible 5th too. That's what I said last
Without
time.
knowing anything, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know anything about any of this shit. But just think about the situation. If you're Cardi B, you're one of the biggest superstars in the world, and you got this dude who's known to the world as having 5 kids with 5 other chicks, okay?
Well, you're the last one, though.
I don't give a fuck. And you have come out there on a podcast and said, or wherever she has said it, that I love him. I'm cool with it. Like, I understand whatever she has said. And then he plays in the Super Bowl and puts one of them in the front row.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, it's simple. She understood that he had other women that he had children with.
But that was
too far. She definitely did not think he's bringing her to the front row of the Super Bowl.
I got you. All right. Fair enough. I
still like that's probably
no. I'm with you. I would just like one of them to come out and sort of address it. All right. We're going to wrap up the word here, and then we're going to end the show that we end every show, which is Art's managing his daughter Lila's softball team. But the last word topic is, and I'm asking you this as we are going to enter, basketball will end in June. So this could be a big topic more when the NBA playoffs are over. Hockey's still going to go on. We're going to have that. We got spring training coming on. But basically what I'm asking is, with football in the rearview mirror, what is your favorite thing to watch in the slow sports period? Is it non-sports stuff like documentaries or movies or shows? Is it golf? Is it the NFL Combine? Is it the draft? Is it spring training? Is it soccer? Is it tennis? What do you guys go to when you don't have all your major sports at your leisure?
Sure as hell not the NFL Combine.
There's a book called There I read. That's a good book.
Okay.
I want to check that out.
I got 3 days to vote on the SAG Awards, so I'm trying to get some movies in.
What awards?
Okay. SAG Awards, the Screen Actors Guild.
You got a vote?
Yeah, I got a vote, fool. I'm in SAG-AFTRA.
Oh, everybody gets a vote?
In the union, yeah.
In the union? That's dope. So you better watch a hell bunch of movies. You got a lot of movies to catch up on, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Jake used to, back in his Emeryville days, Jake used to have epic Oscar nights where we would have a drinking game. Jake knew all the answers because he knew who was going to win everything. So, and I didn't know shit, but I just got drunk and had fun. Anyways, yeah, he used to have an Oscar night. We would drink a lot of wine, have some fun. I'd make Sam Bunn wear the shirt.
And go out afterwards.
Yep. I put B-Dog. I put B-Dog in the corner. And
wine, or are you talking about like King Cobra and Mickey's and Old English and shit?
No, we drank wine for the Oscars, yeah.
And Budweiser. We had some Budweiser.
Budweiser, yeah.
We don't like wine. Why were you drinking wine for the Oscars?
Bud Heavy too.
No, because it was the Oscars, Art. We got to keep it classy, bro. Gotta be classy. Gotta keep it classy when it's the best picture. You have some little vino. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
All right. Anyways, let's wrap the show up. Where'd we go? Man, we went $142. Good for us.
Talk about Jake's childhood home though, real quick, and all the movies he had before we just move off of Jake's movie buff. You go to this guy's house. You go to Jake's house, and you just had whatever movie you wanted. You would just show up, and you got every good childhood movie on deck. That's all you had. You just showed up, and you just saw about 70 movies, VHSs, lined up on a shelf in the living room. He had about 15 in his own bedroom, and you're out here just living the dream. You're just thinking, it's like you're at 5-Star Video, if you know Kensington, Blockbuster Video. Any good movie that you wanted was at this goddamn guy's house, and you were just living the dream. The guy had any good movie you want and Donkey Kong. What else are you asking for?
Some Mario Kart?
Yeah, I just don't want to forget how good it was.
All I remember from sleeping over at Jake's house was bomb-ass breakfast from Mama Lou and Big Dick. I remember going to sleep with a BB gun because I was in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So I kept that strap on my chest, you know what I mean? And then anytime I heard something, I'd pull it to the window. You know what I mean? I don't remember him having such a plethora of movies, but good memories by all. I do remember you guys playing one-on-one in their little front porch.
Oh my God. Artie would just flagrant foul.
So many fouls. So many, and then call you a bitch if you called a foul.
Yeah, he pushed me into the bushes.
Oh, Jake was all play. The guy kept taking it up top. It don't matter. I'm busting in his face for a game.
We played it 21-1. I'd be up 19-7.
She was like Ron Artest versus Paul Gasol. Who you think
Art would just push me into the bushes for the next hour. I'd get bloodied
with a 3 for the game.
Meta world peace. Yeah, Meta world peace. He's citing himself as the guy that caused the riot in Detroit. Meta world peace. Yeah, that's what you did, man. You fouled everybody.
Yeah. No, I shit you not. I'd be up 19-7 by ones in a 21 game.
This couldn't be. This is such a good memory. Or the other version of this memory is Jake never beat me at his own home court his entire life. I fucking went like 35-0 probably against him in like 18 sleepovers. So choose your own adventure. Choose your own memory, right? Choose your own memory. Also
had a collection of like 500 DVDs. I still have maybe half in the garage. I'm taking them out of my LA storage space, but flooding in Berkeley got like a bunch of them ruined. But dude, it's like my wife encourages me to throw away DVDs, but now on streaming, you can't. It's not all available. You got to buy shit again.
True.
So I'm like, where are my DVDs, man? I want to watch my movies.
Threw away your DVDs?
Well, a lot of them got ruined, but they're in like the same.
CDs don't get ruined by water. DVDs. You just mean the cases?
Yeah, there was like fucking mold all over them, and
I'm pretty sure
you can wash those, bro. Yeah, you can wash CDs.
It was bad.
No,
if they're in a flood, you can just wash them, dude.
All right, gentlemen. It's been a great show. Let's end the way that we're going to end every show, which is a softball update. Art said, I ain't got much for you. I said, you had to have done something in a full week since the last time we spoke. He said, we had a practice. I said, okay, well, you can give me 2 solid good minutes out of that. Art, how we looking? The last time we talked, Gabe took a screenshot of my face when you said we have no great players, but we're going to grind it out and try to be good. Any update on the squad, Art?
All right, here's the update. We had a lot of rain early in the week, right? So we had to cancel the day practice. That hurt. But we had practice on Sunday. And I had a long weekend with the family that involved a lot of beverages. And so I was driving home.
Little boozing.
So we didn't get to prepare quite the way we wanted to for practice. It's a lot of responsibility being a manager. And the league is a little bit of a shit show right now. So I had to, on the way home from Santa Cruz, pick up a bag of jerseys. Then I'm trying to manage, starting practice. And you got all these moms wanting to know about the jerseys, what size, this and that. And I will say it was a little rattling. You got all these people. You just met them 2 weeks ago. They want their medium. You got youth small. You got adult small. I didn't realize that. I thought we're all youth. I didn't know we had adult fucking mediums on the team. God bless you. 9 years old and you're an adult medium. I was just like,
all right.
Good. Anyway, so that was a little stressful, handing out jerseys. I may have handed out some wrong jerseys. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with the jersey situation. I didn't hand out socks.
Okay.
So that was the hardest part of the week. And we got our first practice game in 2 weeks. So that's when we're going to have our fun update. But I did find out who my opening day starter is. We had a pitching practice. Woo! Little Mila Jane. Oh, sorry. Probably shouldn't. We should black that out. Let's black out that comment. We don't want to talk about the little youngsters out here. So let's get that comment blacked out somehow. But she's humming. She comes in here and she just throws cheddar. Her mom coaches a 14U team. God bless how lucky I got. So I got a mother on the team who coaches a 14U travel team, can teach pitching. Because softball, we don't know how to teach softball. Imagine Jake trying to teach someone how to throw a softball. Not a chance. Imagine you trying to teach someone how to throw a softball.
I know how to throw a softball.
I would have no idea. Underhand?
You could teach pitching?
Hell yeah.
Underhand?
This is the biggest lie I've
Agreed.
ever heard Jake make.
Agreed, Art.
Yeah, there's not a chance he
I got a cannon. I can throw any ball any way you want.
Underhand?
Sure.
No.
Not about underhand. There's such different mechanics.
I'd airball it. I'd airball it big time. But yeah.
You don't know the mechanics. Anyway, long story short, I had a great pitching practice. Learned who my opening day starter is. I love her. We got 3 pitchers that I feel confident in. So I think the same approach, pitching and defense. We're the 2010 Giants. So I'll keep you updated.
Let's go, boys.
We got Lincecum.
Go,
we
boys.
got Kane. We got why am I forgetting the third?
Vogelsong?
Well, I guess, yeah, there's such different thirds. We didn't really have a third. It was Bumgarner, but it was different in kind of different areas. Anyway, yeah. So
I'd say Lincecum, Kane, Bumgarner are the big 3.
No, I know, but I mean, they kind of
Vogelsong for 10, though, right?
Well, and there's Sanchez. There's so many. It's just interesting. I just thought that for some reason I kind of forgot there was a little bit of that cadence and over. But did Bumgarner pitch in 10 or 12?
Bumgarner pitched 10, 12, 14.
Oh, so he came out. He was the rookie in 10?
He was in all 3.
Oh, so it's
Kane missed one. Lincecum
was
all of them, but he was from the bullpen in one.
Bumgarner came in and started relieving motherfuckers and dominating.
Bumgarner's the only constant starter in all 3.
Mm-hmm.
But Art, I want to say you reminded me of. I remember Jenny Finch did a thing where she pitched to Pujols and Bonds, like to see if
I saw that.
Yeah, Pujols Cade couldn't make contact. Bonds like, haha, no, not getting it by me. Haha, nope, not getting it by me.
But Bonds also wasn't hitting, if you noticed.
What's up?
Bonds was kind of funny because he's
like he says, catch it, like you're playing catch.
He wouldn't try to hit it. He was
just like, boop, got it, boop, got it.
Make contact hell easily.
Pujols was taking big cuts and just whiffing.
Hey, you hear about the new story that came out about Bonds? I mean, that was a big one.
Oh, the one I shared.
Was it the one you shared? Man, that echo's getting louder, man. I hope
it's getting louder because Zach's leaning into the microphone.
Man. Anyway, did you man. Did you hear about that Bond story about how he wouldn't tell his teammates about their own? Yeah. He wouldn't tell them about their own. That is, wow. Like,
that's kind of on brand.
It's so on brand, but pretty bad. You're trying to win a championship and you know your guys tell and you don't tell them because you might have to face them next year.
JT Snow, who played with him for like 8 years, is like Bush League. That was Bush.
More than Bush League. The guy officially hates Bonds.
He's pissed.
Could not.
Richard Williams forgives everything Bonds did. He's like,
Did you hear about this, Zach?
Yeah. It's only bad in this. It's only bad in this extent. The series against the Angels. I mean, if Bonds had held
the whole extent.
No, but I mean, specifically, it makes me think about the World Series against the Rally Monkey. That's where it's like, are you kidding me? If you could have helped Nen out or whatever, then you would have won the World Series. And all Bonds was thinking is that you might not be my teammate next year. And so I'm not gonna give you any of my hints. Like, to win a World Series, I would think that you would give that up, even if Nen left you the next year.
That's Barry being Barry, and I love it.
That is Barry being Barry.
Right there.
That's part of what made him great.
I love Barry. I'm never hating on Barry, but that's psychotic shit.
I've never hated on Barry, and I won't
pretty
start
crazy.
there.
Me neither.
It is pretty crazy.
I remember I snapped my glove in when I was on the A's when I'd catch a pop up. Like, remember when he used to flip his glove on his thigh and pop the ball up to catch it with his hand and throw it in?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
That's better than that.
Nothing's better.
What a goat.
Go Sharks.
All right, gentlemen. Go Sharks. Heat check. Humm Daddies. Holla at your boys. We'll see you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. sharp. Where'd we go? Damn near 2 hours, man.
Keith Santos, maybe watch him.
Watch Moses. Watch the Anthony Melton Humm Daddies proper. We'll see you Friday morning. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. See you soon.
Holla.
Peace. What's up, Leo? We still live? Damn it.